Mystery to Nightmare presents
Curiouser and Curiouser, True Tales of the Uncanny and Peculiar, with Crimson McKenzie.
Enfield Monster. In the southeastern part of Illinois, or if you're from there, Illinois, you'll find White County, a small village with maybe a population of just under 800. Enfield's still a rather sleepy town, but in 1973, something was seen, and not just once. It was nighttime in 1973 when the two sons of Henry McDaniel, they tried to tell their daddy some strange creature was in the backyard. It was trying to get into the house. Daddy probably did what most daddies do, telling his children, "Go to bed, hush up, and stop making up such fanciful stories." He grinned as he watched his boys make their way back to bed, chalking the whole thing up to a rather active imagination. I don't know about you, but I would listen to those boys. However, he changed his mind later that evening. He woke up with a start, hearing strange scratching noises. Retrieving a shotgun and a flashlight, he cautiously made his way to the front door. Looking outside, he saw between two rose bushes, he saw a creature that almost had a human body, just as his children tried to explain to him. I told you he should have listened to those boys. Curiouser and curiouser. Mr. McDaniel was interviewed by a reporter for the Associated Press, and he described that creature as, quote, "It had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights." Wonder how big his flashlights were. Well, Mr. McDaniel said he fired 4 shots and was sure he hit that creature at least once, causing it to make a hiss, much like a wildcat's, before it ran off towards that railway embankment. Mr. McDaniel was stunned when he saw that monstrous beast jump 80 feet in 3 jumps before quickly running out of sight. What wildcat? I live in the woods. What wildcat does that? Police found scratches on the door screen, as well as footprints in the dirt near McDaniel's home. Looked like dog-like with 6 toe pads. I ain't never seen dog. Yet no clues pointed to an unusual creature. Mr. McDaniel's sighting made it in the Reading Eagle, local newspaper, but it was clear most people didn't believe it was even true. Mr. McDaniel reported 2 more sightings of that alleged beast to the local cops, but, he said they eventually threatened him with jail time because nobody believed what he had said had been real. But Mr. McDaniel was adamant and stood behind his scary true tale. I'm telling you, when you live in the woods, they stuff out there. If they do find it, Mr. McDaniel said in an interview, they will find more than one, and they won't be from this planet. I can tell you that. Oh, ugh. After Mr. McDaniel's public testimony about the Enfield Monster, other eyewitnesses' claims began to surface. Monster hunters swarmed the town, and at least 5 men were arrested after firing shots in the area, claiming to have photographed the creature. But most believed the story was wildly exaggerated by the media. Mr. McDaniel's neighbors said that the man did have quite an active imagination and probably fired his guns at shadows. However, to this day, there's not been an explanation of that Enfield monster. I don't think I want to go to Illinois. This is Crimson McKenzie. Join me again for another uncanny and peculiar tales. Curiouser and curiouser.
Meet Jerry Connors, family man, businessman, psychopathic killer. The Convincer by Winslow Swan. Now available on Amazon. Jerry Connors. He can convince you to do anything, even die.
If you'd like to support us, visit our merchandise store. T-shirts, caps, mugs, and so much more. Visit doorwaytonightmare.com today.
Doorway to Nightmare presents
Curiouser and Curiouser. True Tales of the Uncanny and Peculiar with Crimson McKenzie.
Haunted Hotel. Well, the year is 1923. And Carlos, he was an architect, designed fabulous mansions, inspired by the French aesthetic. It was popular during the time. He builds what he hopes will be his home. Carlos hosted many lavish parties at his new home. And that new house, his mansion, towers over a scenic cliff. Ooh, breathtaking views. So lavish that Carlos decides to open it as, yeah, you guessed it, a hotel. A very extravagant hotel in 1928. In 1928, these hotel patrons were inexplicably leaping to their deaths out of their windows. At least one homicide took place there. A guest brutally murdered a young socialite in one of the rooms, splattering the walls with her blood. Sick. Meanwhile, guests claimed to witness spooky apparitions that appeared around that hotel at night, including the ghost of that murdered socialite. Even after it was shuttered in the 1990s, scary stories about the hotel continued to emerge. Some claim loud screams can still be heard coming from that abandoned hotel. Additionally, they say that constant mudslides on the road that reaches the property, and the stench from that heavily polluted river water further proves paranormal activity on the grounds. Now, I don't know about that. We got a stinky place here, too. Let's talk about today. The once run-down hotel has been converted into a sleek and stylish cultural museum. What isn't these days? Curious visitors can tour the former hotel, but only during business hours, which do end at 5 p.m. Now that's well before scary stories say the ghosts appear. And now that you know the history of the Hotel del Salto in Bogota, Colombia, will you make it your next vacation stop? This is Crimson McKenzie. Join me again for another true tale of that uncanny and peculiar. Oh, this has been Curiouser and Curiouser.
Have you heard any good books lately? Audiobooks from Winslow Swan, now available on Spotify.
Hey guys, this is Crimson.
And this is Swan. And we'd love to know what you think of the stories.
Even if it's bad.
So leave us a comment.
Or give us a thumbs up.
Thank you.